Okay, interwebs, it's been a while since I've shot a video. What we're going to do is we're going to work on the radial arm drill today. And the old dinosaur is going to fix a big old 24. So what it looks like happened was they loosened their lug nuts and it banged around in there and messed stuff up. The holes are oval. That one's oval. That one's oval. So what we'll do is yeah, they're pretty bad in there too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the one of these inserts and we will drill that, drill it to where it presses in on that knurled area there, and then we will dress up that it's like a 60-degree angle right there, and it'll fit nice, it'll press in there, easy peasy. Follow along if you like, but that's what we're going to do here. We're probably going to go into B-roll. Hang on. Okay. So I did this last week. Just order that. It'll keep RJ and I fed a little bit for a little bit. Got some things. They do a thing. They turn. So here's how we approach this. Is we use this in the hole. And then we drill down through there to straighten the hole really close to that diameter right there. And I run a reamer down through it that establishes that diameter. And then I go back with this that recuts the 60-degree angle. And right now, this wheel has so much powder coat on it, I don't know what it is. Yeah. That's like my chocolate, but it's got so much powder coated on it that the normal one that I use won't go down in there. So I'm gonna go to the lathe over the Maury. I could go right there. Ooh, nope. Oh, I could go over there. Nope. I like going right here. So I'm going to turn that back to fit the very powder coated hole and fix these things. So hold on here, let me throw you back to some B-roll. Stop. Okay, so here's what's going on. I use the little a drill stop collar that sets my depth, because I don't really want to go all the way through the wallered out hole. I don't need to. I like to leave a little bit of witness per se. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at that depth right there plus about a 1/16, because I'm going to go back in and spot face this surface right here. This is just for the knurl or press diameter. So I give it a little bit and we're going to go from there. I have to put the spacer on there, and then almost crashed. The spacer on there, and then the drill collar. I'm just showing you how I use a drill collar. And yeah, I know that could be a set screw. I just don't have one. So yeah, with the stop, then the bushing, you can set the depth right there, and that's about what I'm going for. This is about 5 millimeters, something like that, 5/16 of an inch. Now over to the drill press. All right, here we go. I think I got everything going. Stop, set. Load that up. Push so it don't come out of there. And bring the head down so it's not so. There we go. Okay, fine middle. Yeah, like that. That's good. Yeah, all the way down if you can. Look, see, that's all I gotta take. So I'm gonna lock my swing, I'm gonna lock my up and down, I'm gonna lock this one. That's nice. That's it's to me like 120 RPM. So I'll watch me do this one, and then I'll go into B-roll. But it's simple as just holding on to this, keeping your hand out of that thing rolling around there. And going, so. Won't go no more. Just like that. So, I'm going to work around here. Same thing. Loosen that, loosen that. It's those chips in there that'll keep that in there. Hey, if you've got a different way to do this, it's easier. Drop something down in the comments and let me know. If I'm doing something wrong, except for dropping parts, drop a note in the comments. Let me know. If I'm stupid, let me know. I mean, within reason. So here we are on another one, and it's the same. So repeat and rinse. All right, so this is what they look like when they're finished up before I press the inserts in. You can see there's a nice counterboard down there. Let me see if I can zoom in there. Ooh. See where they set? There's a little bit of that cutting oil still in there. But I will punch those in there with the knurl. That knurl will hold them in, and that I've cleaned up all of those seating surfaces. So, and then there's one that I've already punched in. So what you end up with is you end up with steel down in there instead of your lug nuts tightening on aluminum. You end up with steel. So I'm going to punch them in, and then we'll wrap this little job up on the old radial arm drill. So yeah, I got a punch tool that I turned the spud diameter on, so it centers them up real good. And little 3-pound hammer. You hear that sound change? You know it's in there when you get that. Send it in there. Get it all nice and flush. I do got a blue line. You can watch that blue line if you want. You hear that? That was the sound change. That's called G28. That's home. Ow! No. Same sound change. Last one. Hear it? Done. Bill them. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. this is going to be it. That's how you fix the big 24s. Like I said, if y'all do them a different way, let me know in the comments below. See you next time.